The soul of Gaia will be made pure again, and the worm will abandon its quest to drive her mad. This will be the way. And tomorrow, our cubs will sing of the peril and indignity we Red Talons faced some time ago. Coming at you from the wild places in Summer Rain Studio, it's time again for Rage Across the Internet, the Werewolf the Apocalypse podcast. I'm your host, Porter. To my left, producer Joey.
Hey, guys.
And to my right, the wildest man in the wildest forest, Mr. Daniel Tyson. Daniel, how you doing?
I'm great. Hey, everybody.
Oh, nice day.
That amazing day.
Yeah, fucking great day to record and to not be out in this November heat.
Wave.
Heat
Bizarre.
wave.
Just
What the hell, right?
welcome to the world, everybody. It's crazy.
The apocalypse.
Yeah, you know, we ain't there yet, but fuck.
But it's recording day.
It is recording day. It's our favorite day.
Recording day.
We really do. We have some fun on our little cartoon joke show.
Cartoon joke show.
So,
Insert bonk noise here.
no, we will not do sound effects by Hanna-Barbera.
Because
Okay.
that is theft.
We are classier than that.
Classy. Sexy
You have your
and classy.
shirt tie on?
Pinkies are out, ties are, clip-ons, be that as it may. Clip-ons are on, pinkies are out. We are a classy operation, goddammit.
I go for the bow tie.
It's true. Tom likes the bolo.
Fair enough. That's a Texas tie.
It's a weird decision, but he's not here to defend himself.
Ha! Take that.
So,
That's why I'm at all of these recordings.
there you go.
Boom roasted.
So we are burning our smudge sticks. We have garlic on the windows. We've got crucify, the crucifixi. That's the plural of that, I believe.
I believe that is the plural.
It is.
Bible
now.
pages and like the little Japanese scroll things that they do in the anime
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
put in the foreheads. We get another tribal episode.
That's what we're talking about.
So we are trying to avoid the curse.
As much as possible.
Trying really hard.
Like maybe too hard, frankly. But you know,
I don't know. With this tribe, though.
we put these episodes out. And like 9 out of 10 of them without a hitch. And then the 10th is a tribal episode.
And then, boom. Curse.
You know, I don't know what is this, 7 of the series that has aired.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But it's actually like the 15th episode.
Oh my god. So not the first time we've talked about this.
No. I,
So buckle in.
that's right.
Get your holy water.
Put the salt over the shoulder. I don't care if you spilled it today or not. Remove all cats, ladders, and mirrors from your home.
Yes.
We're going to have all the good luck we can as we talk about the Red Talons.
Oh,
It's funny because I just put a rabbit's foot on my keychain.
wasn't lucky for the rabbit.
That's why we're talking about Red Talons. Pray.
They're part... Okay.
Yeah,
I know the other thing you're suggesting the Red Talons were part rabbit.
No. It's
And then I felt that maybe you needed to lay down.
All right. See you guys later.
too much curse.
So, you know, if you've been with us for the duration, thank you. But, you know, our last in the series was the Glass Walkers.
Yes.
And, you know, we did this way back when in March. And it actually was back in March
I think it
Yes.
may have been earlier than that.
when we drew them.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
we-
may have
yeah.
been February.
The hat
Yeah.
with all the tribal tribal
you know,
names.
I'll take Joey's word for that because she is less of a Red Talon than I am, as it turns out.
As it turns out.
She works time much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, back February we really did draw these out of a hat.
We didn't make it fair. As fair as possible.
Well, right, because we didn't want to do alphabetical order because
Everybody does alphabetical order.
right, and that has always fucked the Wendigo and Actina players, and I felt that wasn't fair. And you could argue we could have done them in reverse order, but that would have given, you know, the
Obvious answers. Who's going to be next?
well, I don't think we're here to trick anybody, but it would also be giving, you know, the Bone Gnawers and the Furies a taste of, and the medicine sucks, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I see where we're going with it.
So it was like, so we just did it at random. So, hey, fuck it, who knows what's next? So to have these two come right after each other.
It was kind of neat.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the Bonar Strider thing.
No,
kind of.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, you're looking at the opposite ends of the spectrum here.
So to go from Glass Walkers right to Red Talons. And the funny thing here is, I swear, and it feels like it was just yesterday. I know it was a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. But I swear, it feels like it was yesterday. We were recording this Glass Walker episode, and I was bitching about all the different character voices in this book.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Just fucking send some of these guys up to Starbucks, goddammit. I think that's actual audio.
Probably.
Man, I got what I wished for, huh?
Yeah, you really, really did. Just let one guy do the talking. As it turns out.
This is a big careful what you wish for scenario.
Yeah.
If ever there was one.
Yeah, that's it. There you go.
And then I guess let's start with that. How did the book treat the two of you?
Whew. Well.
Go ahead, Danny.
It's difficult. It's not an easy read. You have to try and relate yourself to a wolf. I am not a wolf. How do I do
with that
that?
attitude?
Touche. But the entire thing is written from perspective of a wolf.
Well, not entirely.
No, not entirely.
Okay.
You
It was
had
the
that
beginning story.
Yeah, I was gonna see the second
The
chapter
history.
that's through the Shadow Lord's perspective, which I thought was cool too.
Yeah, that is really
okay.
cool.
I forgot about that part of it, but it's
He blocked it from his memory.
Apparently.
you got me. No, it's difficult to relate because I'm not lupus. I'm a human, and that's how I relate to other humans. So to pretend and try to relate to a wolf, see it from the wolf's perspective, was not an easy thing to do.
Now, do you feel you were able to overcome that boundary, or is it?
I don't know about overcome, but it took some time. I'll say it that way. It definitely took some time to get to that headspace.
And what about you, JJ?
I didn't read this book way back in the day. So this was my first go-round.
Okay.
I was excited to read it. I was looking forward to this because I really wanted to deep dive and, explore something I hadn't before. I found the book kind of dry.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
And I found it very clinical.
It's a great word for it.
Oh wow! Yeah, damn.
And it didn't excite me. It didn't grab my interest. I read it because I had to.
The mark of quality.
But that's the thing is, I'm interested in the Red Talons.
Oh yeah, I would love to really know how to get into that headspace, and I didn't find that this book helped me a whole lot.
It was difficult to do. Difficult to get into that. Yeah, difficult to get into the headspace. And the book. You're right. The book didn't help bring that closer.
There were a lot of neat things I found in the book, but it was blurbs. It wasn't, I wasn't pulled in by the initial story. It wasn't relatable to me, but I don't think it was from the Hamid/Lupus perspective. I'm not sure why. I think it was just that it was so dry and so, just kind of a one-note book.
Well, it's a very matter of fact.
Yeah.
And the funny thing here is that, I had read the book. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was many years ago. We reference every now and then the Virginia game where you, not my Virginia Chronicles, but where you came to guest star and, and I think I read the Red Talons like a day or two after you left.
Okay.
So, I mean, that puts our window somewhere around the realm of like 8 to 10 years ago.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
Does that seem about right?
Yeah.
Because you're so cold, you put on a jacket.
Well, it's... You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
You're almost as cold.
Well, if you're in lupus,
you are almost as cold as we are. So I don't want to hear it.
And that was actually
But not
that joke was actually brought to my attention. Some people don't get that joke.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I love it. I love that.
Then don't tell them.
Yeah.
We're not explaining it. So
No.
take that.
Like, why are they so cold? They just said it was hot out. Well, I don't
It
understand.
is really hot outside right now.
Yeah, it is.
No, so the interesting thing is I remember this being, and I think I warned you both that it was going to be a, quote, dry read.
Yes.
I think I used those exact damn words. And I pick up this book, and I fucking love it.
Hey.
I love the simplicity of it. You know,
Yeah,
and
that makes sense. Simplicity as far as going for lupus.
right, you know, and I was just bitching about the complex nature of the Glass Walker book where you had like 6 different views and no one would shut the fuck up to just give you the thing.
Right.
And here they are going, here is thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, thank you. I
That's
aggressively asked-
almost verbatim.
Right. You know, I liked that when there were dissenting points, it wasn't 6 paragraphs of italics before you got to the thing they were supposed to be talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
It
just
was
that
like
sentence.
it was like 2 or 3 sentences in a box that you could have just like ignored anyway. And I can come back to you or whatever. You know,
Right.
it wasn't like gatekeeping the information you wanted.
Right.
It was like there was some howls and they got quiet, then they got back to it. Oh, okay, cool. Done. Sweet. Fucking onion rings. You know? And I was oddly charmed by their version of creation.
I did like their version of creation.
Right? And again, it was so just rock fucking simplistic.
Yeah.
Blaming the worm tricking Gaia.
Yeah, you know, that's something I was kind of shocked at. That and I actually have this in my notes here. It's a couple paragraphs off, but I don't, you know, that it shocked me that in the Talons version they don't blame the Weaver. You know, I mean, we have this view of Red Talons, and maybe, I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. You know, speaking for you guys as well, but I think there's this perception of Red Talons that it's like, you know, they're just savage and unreasonable, and they're cruel, and they're dumb, and they're kind of shitty. You know, I mean, like, just as an attitude. You know, like a fuck you. They're just hostile, and they're bad news bears.
As much as I don't want to agree with it, you're right though. I mean, even reading this book, you get that sense of
Well,
just the absolute basics.
Well, they are hostile to Hamids.
Well, sure, but I mean, you know, forgetting you know what you read in the books. I mean, isn't that a fair summary of the perception of the tribe?
Yeah.
Perception-wise, yes.
You know, so we hate all things human. Why wouldn't they blame the Weaver? Right? It doesn't just kind of seem to fit.
A little bit.
And so I was just shocked that you said, like, leave him out of this. Leave her out of this.
Yeah, completely out.
Yeah. Just, no.
It's Gaia and the worm.
Yeah, the worm is an asshole. And that was kind of the theme. That might be in my notes, too, that the worm is an asshole. But, like, I like how in this myth, right? You know, it's like Gaia makes plants, rocks, and wind. And each one becomes associated with the tribe.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, the Weaver takes rocks, you know, Wild takes plants, and the worm takes the wind. And then immediately Wild's an asshole about it.
Yep.
You know, everything grow. I'm teaching you grow. That's your mandate. So, like, the world about gets choked up with plant life.
Right.
Fuck. So then, you know, and this reminds me, there's that episode of The Simpsons.
Okay.
Where I think Bart accidentally brought the lizard from Australia.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yep. Do you remember this? Where, like,
Vaguely.
with the end of it, they're like, what are we going to do? Because it's eating all the birds. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, we got this special eagle in that will eat the lizard. Well, what are we going to do about the eagle? Well, then we got these bears that eat the eagle. You know, the snake eats the, you know, and the bears will eat the snake. And, no, these will just die in the winter. It's fine. And so it's kind of like that, right?
Long way around.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of how this went. Mm-hmm. You know, because the wild's just being a prick and he's going to overgrow the whole planet. Mm-hmm. So they're like, okay, well, animals. Solved it. Animals.
Yep.
You know? Oh, in fact, I'm going to go right from my notes.
Okay.
So Gaia creates animals. The animals eat the plants, but they're just everywhere, breeding and shitting and making a mess, and it's crazy. This is directly from my notes.
Your notes.
Yeah, it's when Gaia, Weaver, and Worm realize, hey, Wild called dibs on them too. What an asshole.
What an asshole.
It's right there.
It really is. What an asshole. Yep.
Yeah, well, you're right.
You know, why do they keep making... Oh, that's why Wild did that too, right. So what does this guy do? She makes predators. You know, we'll make a new type of animal to eat the first type of animal. But hold on. Worm, Weaver, get on in here. We're going to give these ones gifts too, so the wild can't fuck this up.
Okay.
I mean, it's in the myth, right?
No, you're right. It's, I mean, it's pretty layman's terms, but yeah.
But it's a more entertaining version than what's in there.
True.
So,
No, you got
you're
me.
complaining about dryness. What am I doing over here?
Making it not.
Right?
Entertaining is fine.
Yeah. So, I did tap all this shit. It's got the wilds grow, breed, but also, there's patience and like some intelligence and there's some cleverness. And, now these are the predators, which is not related to the movie, to be clear. I wrote Predator 30 times in these fucking notes. I'm like, this is not, Schwarzenegger doesn't show up.
Bummer.
Aw.
No Carl Weathers. It's no musical. Yeah,
Bleeds, we can kill it.
that's right. So, predators are a thing and everyone kind of chills out for a while.
Yes.
Things are just trucking along. You get the animals eat the plants, predators eat the prey. All's right in the world for a while, but, the triad sucks. So the weaver and the worm starts going at it. And I mean, it's
It really is, yeah.
I know it is. That's why it's awesome.
yeah, the triad sucks. So weaver and worm start arguing.
Yep.
And then Gaia, what does Gaia do? It will like your dad when you're on your way to fucking Six Flags.
Don't make me pull this car over.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. Guy's like, I will self-destruct, motherfucker.
Gaia threatens to destroy herself.
Yes. And so everyone's like, all right, Dad.
Except
Worm.
Yep.
Who decides? All right, Dad. And then just sits there and thinks about it for a bit.
He goes, nuh-uh.
And he goes, well, first of all, I don't think so. I want to call your bluff.
Yep.
Second of all, I'm the wind.
You can't destroy
Yeah,
me.
you can't destroy the wind. That's exactly in the book.
I had no clue you're going this route. This is so cool.
And then,
I told you I enjoyed this book.
and then, to top that, don't make me pull this car over. The worm calls the bluff and says,
You can't take the sky from me.
I dare you.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. The worm says, oh yeah, I double dog dare you. Then he decides to drive her crazy.
Right.
And it turns into a stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself.
Right? And it's a thing. We're gonna stick in the dad's station wagon on that family road trip. Where Worm has now realized that, no, wait a minute, we've been driving 10 hours on a 12-hour road trip. Dad is not turning the fucking car around.
Yeah.
So I can be as shitty as I want to be, and there's not going to be any consequence. What are they going to do? Ground me?
Yeah.
I'm the wind.
Now there's wet willies and me kicking the back of the chair and
Singing Baby Shark, the song that never ends.
I don't know that song, but I feel like that's probably for the
The
best.
song that never ends.
Oh, that one, sure.
Yeah.
You don't want to know that one?
But yeah, no, like, it's just like, okay, let's do this.
And part of that was picking him with a fuck with, kind of. Yeah, that's something too. To go back to how I was surprised that the Weaver took no shit during this book. Where I was expecting it to be Weaver is,
Right.
And it's not there. I was also surprised to hear that into the Talons that the worm is just a crazy asshole.
Yes.
From Jump Street.
Yeah.
The suggestion was that Worm was always crazy. It just escalated.
Yeah, it got worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard that take before. I thought that was interesting.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was worth bringing up, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, so what happens is the worm goes to the humans.
And plays a long game.
Yes.
Oh,
And this was cool.
I mean, super long game.
Well, because back then humans were clumped in with the animals, with prey.
right.
They were just prey.
They were vegetarians.
And then Worm shows up and teaches the humans a thing or two.
Yes.
Teaches the humans about balance and then the truth.
Yep.
And what happens is he fed them some deer, and they turned awesome. So the lesson here to some of you
The lesson.
is less soy and more steak.
No.
Put the broccoli down,
No.
and we're going to get you a cheeseburger.
Oh, God. Okay.
Also in my notes.
She said okay. She said okay.
Impossible.
Also in the notes.
Yeah, less soy, more steak. Got it.
She said okay. We've got
Oh,
permission,
no.
and now it's on air
No.
and recorded and proof.
So big shock, this becomes a problem.
Well, yes.
Right? And you know, I feel like right now that my notes are overtaking your guys' stuff.
No, but it's so entertaining because my notes.
Like, I don't
on
want to
this
cut
part
you
is
guys
very
out on
short
this.
No, your notes are super entertaining.
Okay, I didn't want to.
No, please keep
I didn't
going.
want to steal this from you guys because, like, I know you guys worked hard to do research too.
Well, and like in my notes, I have that the worm picked humans as an instrument of slow, calculated destruction. Like slow.
Done.
Like this.
That's
is
already
gonna
more
be
than I got.
fast.
But I mean, there definitely was the long game.
Yeah.
You know, but it started at that moment by turning the humans into predators.
Yes.
You know, teaching them about balance. And
Omnivores.
they're predators now. Mm-hmm. Now they're eating fucking meat, and they're being awesome.
I don't know about that.
But you know, imagine this: it becomes a problem.
Shocker.
Right?
A worm plot becoming a problem.
I can't imagine where that came from.
But and this is where my notes kind of take in. I like that part because that, you know, showing Gaia, like, hey, how do you fix this? You make all those predators have human forms. And then those human forms of the predators, you know, air quotes, can show the humans true balance.
I don't know about all that, but okay. I think you're just, you know, throwing more bad into the world. You know, maybe we just need to all go back to being vegetarian.
Gross.
He said it. You hear that, everyone? No one be a vegetarian.
Everyone be a vegetarian.
Because it helps the worm.
You misspoke.
No.
Nope. That's what I heard.
I mean, yeah. Of course, this happened after the first murder. Mm-hmm. And the first murder was I was interested in this fucking story.
Yeah.
Not because I don't think it was so fucking compelling, but just the way they look at it to me.
Yeah, their perspective it was
is
a
what
lot
made it
different.
interesting.
Yes.
You know.
Whether if you hear that story from, you know, a human, I think that story would be completely different.
Yeah, because it was like a simple thing, right? And I think the thing that caught me is because, you know, the story, you know, where the wolf tries to look.
I'm just curious. I want to look.
Yeah, and we're gonna see if we can do something about this, but like in a cool way. And the humans fucking turn on it and chase it and, you know, kill it and eat it. And how they phrased it, that, you know, it turned the predator into prey. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Mm-hmm. There's fucking goosebumps over here. Yeah. You know, it's just that simple but eloquent way it was put. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I know where you're going.
Yeah.
The tables turned.
Yeah. But I mean, you could say it that way, and it's like, yeah, we understand that. You know? But there was something powerful in the simplicity.
Right.
And I think that's one of the parts that helped me get to that headspace of lupus, personally.
Excellent. I think
simplicity part of it.
Yeah, I think it's helpful. You know, and then we move into, the creation of the pharaoh like you were talking, Danny. Now you have the worm.
The worm was like, hey, I've got an idea.
Right?
Yep.
And yeah, no one has said, shut the fuck up, worm.
Right? The worm's coming up with all these, quote, good ideas.
Right?
Well, who in their right mind is listening to this fool? Apparently everyone. Apparently.
I think what they're implying is that guy is drunk.
Yeah. You're drunk, guy. Go home.
Right?
And gullible.
Because she's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
She's just
like,
going with it.
That's a great idea.
Drunk and gullible.
But
believed it and went with it.
And I mean, that's about where I left it with the creation.
Right.
You know, and I felt, all right, we can move on. But it just, there was something about that story, you know, it just sticks with me. There that I appreciate in terms of the simplicity of it. You know, we're not meant to take it literally, right? I don't think anyone would.
No.
But it's a refreshing take on it.
I agree.
You know, and again, I was shocked they didn't mention Weaver. And there's something else here too, and it's funny is this came up recently in the Discord. It's the Rage Across the Internet Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Oh, how you get there is through our forums?
Yeah.
There are forums too.
There are forums.
From our website, because we're there every day.
There's a website. Oh my god.
Oh, we're doing that again?
You can't just play along, commit to the bit?
Porter has a concussion.
RageAcrossTheInternet.com.
Forums.
Come see us.
Links to the Discord.
There's a store.
And a store.
But I think it was recently been talked about on our forums is the idea that leeches, vampires, are more a servant of the weaver than the worm.
Yes, because of the stasis.
Yeah, and that was directly brought up in the fucking Talons book.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody in the Discord was reading the Talons book. Like, we don't telegraph our episodes usually.
No.
No,
You know,
not till like the day before, maybe.
Right, you know.
Like, yeah, we already recorded it, so I guess you get a little heads up, but that's it.
Yeah, only because... But yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
no one knew we were recording Talons today, so no one was reading the Talon book till I get a refresher before the episode. That wasn't happening.
Nope.
So I thought that was interesting that were to also pop up. You know, it's a crazy coincidence.
Oh, I like it. But then do we kind of shift into Impergium?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because...
So, shockingly,
Which one is it?
shockingly, the Red Talons do take credit for ending the Impergium. Mm-hmm. No, they don't. I'm just kidding.
No. Where did you read it? I was getting confused. I was like, looking through my notes. I'm like, what the...
No, of course not. No,
No.
they did not end the Impergium.
No. Nobody listens to them anyway.
They
No,
advocated to
we're
keep
getting
going.
there, though.
Yeah. So I mean, it wouldn't matter if they wanted the Impergium to end,
That's true.
because nobody listens to them. They're like, go away.
I think that, well, yeah, that's going to be our next part, because they advocate to keep it going.
Well, and the thing is they consider that the first war.
Yes.
Which is-
That's what I was going to bring up next, the first war.
They
Yeah.
have a lot of wars.
They do.
They have a shocking amount of wars.
I think they're more on the nose about it, or also have a very loose definition of war.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I think it's probably that.
Yeah.
Well, the first war, that's pretty much what they're calling the Impergium.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
For
that's
everyone
exactly.
else, it's the Impergium. For the Red Talons,
It's the first
it's
war.
the first war.
What I did like about the coverage of the Impergium in this book is they specify that they left alone towns that had Guru protectors.
Well, and that they mention that at all.
Yeah.
You know, that it's like the one...
Yeah, it makes it a big deal.
It's like the note that I took from that section.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, they'd run up on a town to take care of business.
Right. To just annihilate everyone.
Yeah, and then a guard would come out and go, no, these are my kin.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, okay.
And
And
they
then they
shuffle
moved to the
on
next
down
town.
the road.
Yeah, and they kept running into this fucking problem.
And
Yeah.
it was neat because it's like, you know, it just seemed like the mayor of, you know, town X happens to be Guru. And it's like, wow, how many towns out there have their own, like, Guru police force?
Well, I mean, you think about it, it's it's the
Yeah.
start of the Impergium, it's pre-Delirium.
Right.
So,
They're just Guru hanging out.
yeah.
And to me, it shows, yes, they are, savage, because they are like the beast of...
Well, by nature of being
yeah,
wolf
by nature. But they still shown that respect.
I was going to bring... Yeah. They're like, no, we're not going to fuck with your kinfolk, okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't a pissing contest.
Right.
It wasn't, well, I'm bigger than you, so fuck off, and they're all going to die. It was like, oh, these are yours, all right.
Yeah.
Next.
We'll move on.
And I don't believe it actually said that they, like, were 100% kinfolk in the town. It was just, there was a Guru there that took...
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it was, this is my place. Scoot along down the road.
Yeah, like I called dibs, so...
Right.
And it wasn't a problem at first.
Right.
And then
Until it kept
Until,
happening.
Exactly.
until it became a problem.
You know, we're 0-25. Guys, come on, what did we do all day?
Yeah.
They just run around, apparently.
And then, that led into some problems. Like I'd like to jump to the creation of about the time of the Concord. Mm-hmm. Which...
Oh, you mean when they weren't listened to at all?
Yes. and this is something that really reformed my opinion of the tribe. Because they're putting together the litany, right? Mm-hmm. And everyone's got their voice and their say, and there's the votes, except for the Red Talons. They're the group that would become the Red Talon. And they're like, well...
Don't we get a vote?
Yeah, don't we get a say in this? And number one, what do we do about the humans? Mm-hmm. Was the question they really, really posed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's a question that to this day they still haven't gotten a fucking answer to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's why are you continuing with the Impergium when we said to stop it? Well, because why aren't we getting a vote on stopping it?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, and I mean, it's
Why do we have to stop it? I don't understand.
What do we do about the humans? Like, I think towards the end of the book, it's even asked. Like, we're
Yeah.
still waiting for an answer, guys.
Still waiting on that answer.
It's
And
still-
it's
it says
a
it
real
there.
fucking question. They just went, no, it's over. Yeah, but there's still a problem.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah.
And it's odd that I'm sitting here going, in this scenario, the Red Talons are a voice of reason.
Yeah.
Because they're like, no, fuck it, we'll let them just run.
And that section answered a lot of my questions about the Red Talons, because it was always like, why would there be this tribe like they don't listen, they don't follow the rules, so why? And as it turns out, they didn't have a voice in making any of the rules.
Well, and I want to bring up that they do follow some of the rules.
They
and,
do.
And we're going to double down on that when we get to the War of Rage.
But they pick and choose.
They sort of pick. I mean, they do, but there's a reason.
There's reasons why they pick and choose.
But before that, because it's the next thing I want to get into is the War of Rage, but the story of the first cliff.
Oh yeah.
It's just like the most baller fucking story.
This is probably my favorite part of this book.
Danny, do you want to take it?
Well, they're taking, the first cliff was really the marks on the chest of the Silver Fang King.
Yes.
Because he mocked the Red Talon, and it's also where they got the name from.
Right, because it was, well, what's your tribal name so you can have a voice?
Yeah,
Well,
what's your tribal
name?
Exactly.
Why do we need a name?
Yeah, and because he was mocked, the rage took over, he lashed out, left the marks across the Silver Fang's chest.
And thus Red
Talons.
Red Talons, and then again, also the first glyph, which, they take credit for, like, hey, look, yes, there are other glyphs. We got the first one.
And we're going to go back to glyphs in a minute, but I love that story. Mm-hmm. It's like, what a fuck you kind of moment.
It was a badass moment.
It was a baller move.
But yet, like, the Talons weren't into the War of Rage. I didn't say they didn't participate.
Right.
But I'm saying they weren't.
They didn't like it.
Yeah, they didn't dig on it. They were not happy with this idea.
And they were tricked into it.
They were. I didn't write the story, but if either one of you about the Fenner and all that.
It was,
if you
I
have
didn't
it?
get the story, but it was, why are we killing the predators?
Well, Joey's got the story down, and it's a good one. So Joey, what do you got?
So Grimmer the Bear Slayer, also known as Greycoat, came to them, and he was investigating a litany breach. While he was there, he killed a bear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they went hunting together.
Yeah, and he lost it. He killed this bear, and the bear tried to take. The bear was stealing some of their
kill.
Yeah, and they were like, okay, it's a bigger predator. Let the bigger predator have the kill.
Okay.
Except for Greycoat.
Yeah, Greycoat was like, oh no. And he just slaughtered this bear. And they were like, what? And so then Greycoat stated that the Gurhal were stealing and eating wolf cubs, raising their own dead with foul magic, and in league with vampires. And therefore every bear should be dead. And that's what got the Red Talons into the War of Rage.
So it was a lie. Just
Yeah.
tricking them?
Yeah.
But here's the thing:
from a guy called the Bear Slayer.
But that also had come down from the Silver Fangs.
Yes.
And this is the thing, they weren't into it. They weren't into this idea. Why are predator attacking predator?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why are we killing or even attacking other Pharaoh without provocation?
Right.
This is fucked up.
Yeah.
But the Silver Fangs are the Alpha tribe.
Yeah, they're the leader.
And the Alpha says do this.
Yep.
So they have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Red Talons, as a tribe, they're their own. They feel like they're part of a pack. Like every one of us are a pack.
Yeah, like the
global.
Us
yes, the
wolves.
nation.
Yeah.
The nation of the pack
Yeah.
is a nation.
So, Alpha says do it, we do it.
And there's something to be said for that.
Again, I think it goes back to the respect thing.
Yeah. We say, well, they don't, the litany, but, well, they're listening to the Alpha. They're following the rules that they understand that they...
Yeah, and I think that's the point to take away, is when you say that there are some they don't follow, it's because they don't understand them.
And that's not to say that they're stupid.
No.
It's that there are concepts that they just... What the fuck is time?
Yeah.
Oh, that drove me up a wall. It was the other, and it wasn't even the other day.
That was before.
Yeah, before. And it was wrapping my head around that just drove me up a wall, and it took me out of the narrative of the book. Was trying to figure out when that quote before fit in.
So what you're saying is your human mind got in the way of the instinct.
No, the human mind got in the way of reading the book.
But I mean, that's come on.
But then they had things like around the time of the War of the Rage, they talk about the Howler fall, which was nice because then I take that piece of the puzzle and I can fit that in with the other time frame pieces.
Sure.
And so, like, you know, the string wall. You know, I'm slowly.
Yeah, wolves can't do that. They don't have opposable thumbs.
I mean, he's
okay.
He's with you, but
Take away my string.
You know, I'm slowly putting together these puzzle pieces and trying to figure out the calendar of when these things happen.
And see, that's your problem.
Yeah, because as a wolf, there is no. They don't have that kind of time frame.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's either it was before or it's now.
And that's the thing. Is like I say, it's your problem. Like, that's your problem. That's not what I'm saying. You know, but that's the trouble you're running into. Is that surrender a little bit of that human mind away. You know, and I think that's why you had such a rough time with the book.
Oh, I'm down with the Weaver 100%.
Right. Where I kind of, you know, I relaxed in, I sat in, and I'm like, okay, I get this. Before, it's enough. It can be enough. And then sometimes if something's particularly poignant, they will bring up a reference to another time, like you've noticed.
Right.
But largely, it doesn't matter. And then you think about, like, how I run my daily life.
Before.
Yep.
Right? It was the other day. Dude, it was 3 months ago.
Yeah.
The other day. What do you want from me?
And, like, part of my job is scheduling people.
Exactly. So, like, I can see the disconnect and why that.
Yeah.
Like, it suddenly makes a lot of sense why I love this book so much and she didn't, right?
Because you're simple-minded and she's complex.
Fuck you, son.
Ooh.
I'd have made the same joke. I'm not gonna, but.
I think that's why I did it, because I was just... I knew it was coming.
You're like, he's in the crosshairs. I'm not going to get another one of these.
Take the shot. Take
the shot.
You're not getting another one.
You know what? We're good.
Thanks.
I do not blame you. Be careful driving home.
I was going to say, that's the only reason I haven't been kicked yet.
But regarding the fact that the Talons, you know, and the Silverfangs, they had such a problem with the White Howlers falling. And they didn't do anything because they were waiting for the Silverfangs to call a constellation. And they're still waiting.
Right?
Why haven't we discussed this yet?
Right? And it's one of those, like, they're waiting for the Alpha to call a war. And they're still waiting. Yeah.
And I mean, there's a way you could look at that, you know, and go, what the fuck's wrong with these guys? But I go the other way with it. And I go, you know, they're doing kind of exactly what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
They're looking to the leader to lead.
And the leader's not.
Right. Which is a different episode.
Right. That's a completely different episode.
Sorry, Sean.
But they're looking...
Go ahead, sorry. Don't mind me.
We lost radio contact with Danny.
But they're waiting for that constellation. They're waiting for the war move. They're waiting to take care of the White Howler problem. They're, you know, which is now the Black Spiral problem. They're waiting to find out what we're going to do about humans. You know,
it's a simple question, guys.
It really is. And they're looking at the Silverfangs going, hey guys, throughout the whole book.
And then, you know, I don't want to defend the whole human flesh thing. You know, like I don't want to make light of it per se, but also the Wendigo do that shit too. So
yeah.
Look, you know, this isn't brand new. This isn't exclusive to them. But, you know, maybe maybe if word would actually come down about what to do about the humans, that shit would stop. If you answer their fucking question, they wouldn't do that anymore.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
it certainly fits their MO, doesn't it? That if
Well-
they actually got an answer.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, veil breaches.
Oh shit! Sorry,
don't
I was
have-
trying to agree with you, but I had to plug my mic back in.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks.
But veil breaches don't matter either, because they're just like, yeah, we'll take care of the humans, and
Yeah, if it's a veil breach, we'll take care of it.
But you know, something I'd love to bring up is the night fear. Which
Skipped by me.
sounds so fucking cool all by itself.
Right.
See, that's why I
isn't that
couldn't
a
skip
name?
it. You know, it's called the night fear. I want to read about the night fear. Holy shit.
yeah,
And it was them playing by the rules.
yeah,
It was them scaring the humans away from their protectorates, from their territory. Their protectorates. What did I just...
Yes.
Their protectorates.
That.
yeah.
Hi. What happened? I turned into Danny. As for the...
All right, got me back. Fine.
Yeah, you know, they just scare from their territory. Just scare them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to run away. We did it.
We'll get them later.
We didn't kill any
Yay, we
humans,
did
and we
it.
did what we're told, and
Yeah.
and then what fucking happened is it would lead to that area being considered cursed
And
or
haunted.
and haunted.
yeah.
And so what would happen is the humans would take fucking torches to it, burn down the cursed forest. Fuck, we tried, man. Look,
Burn down the cursed forest.
what do you want from us? We
That's a-
tried.
That's a bit of karma.
You know, they were doing their best. It wasn't even a terrible plan, frankly.
It wasn't, but
But
Maybe it was too simple of a plan, though.
humans have to screw everything up.
humans do have to screw everything up.
And, you know, with the humans, if they're afraid of it, they're going to destroy it.
It's true. But, you know, them not understanding that about the humans is what leads to that. You know, but they did try.
Yeah, I
They really
agree.
did try.
And also the night fear just sounds super cool. So,
It's, again, baller.
right? Like, these guys deserve some respect. That's all I'm saying.
Agreed.
And I'll get into my big push on that later, because
That's what she said.
maybe. You know, something that really stuck with me is prophecy.
Okay.
Now, and I guess, does anyone have anything else before I move to that?
I mean, are we going to cover the other wars?
I got a blurb about the War of Tears here.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you guys want to stick down the history route first.
Well, I mean,
Do the war tier. Well,
because, I mean, they had a lot of wars.
That's the thing, is they did. And, look, there's only so many hours a day.
yeah.
Fine.
We don't have the.
No,
kind of time
I
to
mean,
do it yet.
we can cover it. What
I
I'm
mean-
saying is, for my notes, there are only so many hours in a fucking day.
and the War of Rage 2, the American Boogaloo, they really did not agree with. Because
What'd you call it?
the American Boogaloo.
It was supposed to be the electric one. It was before electricity.
Yeah.
So, it's the New World
Hold my
Boogaloo.
candle.
All right.
Yeah, I like that. Good idea, Joey.
And it wasn't only Guru versus Farah.
Mm-hmm.
It was also Guru versus Guru.
Yes. No, I remember that
And
one.
they did not agree with that.
Yeah.
And they
Kind of why they try
yeah.
and stick it out of it. Tried
Yeah,
to.
they tried to.
Well, you know, that's the thing, is they have a pretty good head on their shoulders in terms of
Right.
that shit.
Yeah.
You know, there are tribes that people like better. There are tribes that I like better that don't have half of that sort of regard for their fellow guy in creations.
And then
Fuck, I'm
there's
just kill it.
then there was the War of Tears.
Then
Which,
that bummed me out.
yeah.
Please explain.
Well, the War of Tears, Daniel-san, was the
war against the Bunyip.
yeah. That's where the Red Talons led the charge to exterminate the Bunyip.
They were offended by the Bunyip.
What did they do that was so bad that they just.
They were breathing.
Mostly. I mean, you know, they were very strange.
Yeah.
They had odd ways. And, you know, they bred with the thioclane, the Tasmanian tiger,
Okay.
which is not a
great.
wolf.
Yeah, they were not of the wolf. However, that brings me to when the Talons went to Africa and bred with these strange wolves there.
Yeah, they looked down on them, too.
But they're part of it. Like
They're not really. I mean, tell that to another Talon. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
The Talons aren't a big fan of them either. And I mean, look, the Talons bred with dingoes in Australia. Mm-hmm. But the dingo is far closer to a wolf than the thing. That includes a marsupial, for fuck's sake.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm not normally on that bandwagon, because fine.
Right. No,
it's fine.
Whatever.
But their company line on the War of Tears is, no, they weren't true Garu, so they were never going to task by Gaia. They're not real Garu. Fuck them.
Yeah.
They don't count.
They need to be dead.
Yeah, they were like the bootleg version. they were Robert Kopp, is what they were.
Oh.
Yes.
Well,
Certainly you've seen Robert Kopp.
No.
The Mexican knockoff RoboCop toy.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yes.
So it's Robert Kopp,
Yeah.
Truth and Justice Warrior or whatever, or
I forgot it was a knockoff.
the Friends of Justice Pals, where it's like Superman and the Red Power Ranger and like Bigfoot.
Well, that's awesome.
Like the monster truck, not a Bigfoot. Just go on Google 5 minutes. You'll see all sorts of weird shit.
Sweet.
Just knock off. Copyright's dumb. They.
But yeah, they're starting a new Impergium.
Are they?
They are. They're trying.
Yeah, they would certainly love for that to be a thing.
Yeah.
And
Probably because they still haven't gotten the correct answer yet.
but
Or
I
an
think if they
answer
would get a
altogether.
fucking answer, it would make a difference.
Any answer is a correct one.
I mean, this is now if I would draw back the
yeah.
prophecy.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. They claim that they're not one for prophecy.
However.
However, it's not true.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because lies are one of those concepts that most Red Talons don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a human thing.
Right. It's like some of the more experienced Talons who have been around have come around to understanding how this shit works. But what happens is, there's
Experience levels.
Yeah, but there's evidence in that book of all these different and interesting fucking prophecies. Mm-hmm. And it's something they stopped sharing because they were never taken seriously.
They were never listened to.
Right. They're nowhere near as eloquent as the Hamid tribes, so they're being dismissed. They started claiming to dismiss prophecy. Like, oh, well, we don't have them then. No one's going to listen to us anyway. But there's some interesting shit there. There's the prophecy here, and I pulled this from the book, is an old howl tells of a dark wolf with blood on his teeth that will come from a black land to lead the Garu against a mad ruler human.
Well, okay then.
Now, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Sounds awesome.
But it sounds awesome, and it's certainly a prophecy.
Yeah. Well, and I mean...
Well, maybe because they don't understand what prophecy means. To them, it's just a story.
No, there's a rite of prophecy.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
And all Talons know it.
Okay, forget I said that then.
So...
Yeah, they got some mystic shit behind them, but again,
Yeah.
no one takes them. And that seems, it's like the through line of their entire fucking story. Mm-hmm. Is that they're dismissed and not listened to, not taken seriously.
Yeah, nobody listens to them. So, do we want to cover the camps?
Or we kind of skip on totem.
So I thought we'd do totem after the fact.
Okay, camps next then.
I guess before we hit that,
Okay.
also I got this little blurb here. I don't know when's it going to
I
happen.
don't know where we are.
Yeah, I don't know where we're going to put it. We're going to put it right here. I'm going to say this little blurb. We're going to move on to camps.
Okay.
It's like the thing with the Talons is they believe that instinct and human thought are separate.
Yes.
And it's a problem for them, obviously. But they do understand the need for the human mind. Mm-hmm. They prefer the wolf heart, if
Right.
you will.
Mm-hmm.
But things like time, jealousy, greed, money, mercy, desire, it's foreign to them. That's part of the human mind. So it's something they eventually have to wrestle with, is their Garu and the human mind is part of them. And but it's also something they reject.
Yes.
So when we talk about they don't understand something, it's because these concepts are foreign to them, being lupus born, being so strong with the wolf, but it doesn't make them stupid.
No, they're not stupid.
Yeah, savage, but still intelligent.
It's like you don't know French? The fuck's wrong with you?
What's
Why-
your IQ?
Yeah, why don't you know French, asshole?
7.
7.
Oh. I'm sorry I called you an asshole. But yes, as with every other tribe, the
different camps have the different views.
Yes, there are camps, and let's hear some camping stories.
Camping.
Let's hear some campage.
Okay, so they have a gambit of camps. They have the Dying Cubs, which they like to torture humans because
It's all to heal Gaia.
well, pain feeds Gaia,
Right.
and they have gifts and rights to make that happen.
So,
Which may or may not be taught by Baines.
so Gaia,
Direct quote.
So Gaia is a sex pervert.
I'm not going there, but
Nope,
yeah.
not answering that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then they have the Lodge of the Predator Kings.
You guys are no fun.
And
It's just kill all humans.
Just kill all humans, including kinfolk.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. Warders of the Land. That's your middle ground.
Yeah. Only kill them if they trespass.
Well, and they want to reduce the number of humans to a manageable level.
Right.
I think that's kind of reasonable.
Right? They're the middle ground.
And then you have the two opposite ends of the spectrum. Or
Whelps.
the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah,
with
Whelps
Whelps
Compromise. And being called a member of Whelps Compromise is an insult.
It certainly sounds that way.
Yeah.
Kind of AKA anti-extinction faction.
Yeah, they find redeeming value in humanity, and they think that some humans should be kept around for their contribution.
The one with like the inventions that are necessary to use.
Right. And then you have Winter's Packs, which there's only one of right now. And those are the best of the cubs. And they're like the most vicious and just battle ready. And they're taken and hidden away and isolated from any human contact. They are only taught what they need to know to kill humans and to survive in a city to kill humans. And when they're ready, they will be released into a city.
Jesus Christ.
And there's been one Winter's Pack that was released in Montreal. And what happened to it, we don't know.
Well, it was Montreal.
What city in Montreal?
So it's
There are
Canada.
cities in Montreal. It's gone. There was nothing there. What are you talking about?
It's Canada.
It's Canada.
So I don't. What I'm saying
There was never a city there. I don't know what
is,
you're talking about.
is a pack of Garu descended upon this
The
town
nicest country.
and were offered donuts.
All right.
It said, "Oh
Yeah,
no,
that's
please
what
get
I was
out!"
saying.
And probably everyone died in an hour.
Yeah.
They were probably greeted warmly. Here's a maple log and some coffee. Would you like to watch the hockey game? And then they all just died. They just all.
They're dead. Just all dead.
Got them. Oh, they wanted to all be in the same place at the same time for us? Perfect. They wanted to, let's all
Dead.
let's all come together and welcome our new friends. Oh, look, they're all together. Perfect. This will be easy.
Please don't kill me, eh?
Okay. Okay. So those are the camps.
Yeah, we make our fun, but that's just brutal shit there.
That was probably one of my favorite parts, though, were the camps, is with the dying cubs. Mm-hmm. Some of their camp gifts may or may not be taught by Baines.
Yeah, that's scary.
Wow. There's a right in particular I'll get. I think we all read about, but we'll get to it in a minute. And going back to some of the interesting things, intricacies maybe of the tribe, is how oddly enough they don't have a problem with glyphs.
No.
Well, you would think because
It's
it's a
written.
language,
It's a
it's written,
right.
it's permanent. They would have a problem with it, but they don't at all. And then they actually they don't really understand the differences in language, so they think anyone can read this shit.
Yeah. So
I didn't think about it that way.
if they mark a glyph in like a public park,
Right, they're expecting anyone to see that.
And be able to
Human.
understand it.
humans, like you crossed that boundary, you deserve to die.
You knew,
didn't-
yeah.
You didn't follow and heed our warning.
And I love that you knew where I was going with that.
Same dude.
Right. But I mean, but there that is. And again, I'm not necessarily letting them off the hook. You know?
Right.
Because there's a level of better.
Now, you really should know better and,
Eat the flesh of humans. You know you're not supposed to be eating the flesh of humans.
Yeah.
However, your argument that he encroached on my territory holds water if you have clearly marked your territory in a way that you think they can read it.
Yep.
That's like the beware a dog sign on your fence, but the guy doesn't read English, so he sues you when he gets bit.
Yeah.
Well, and that's where the right of false justice comes in.
Okay.
No.
It removes punishment rights, like would be imposed for litany violations.
Okay.
So
the Red Talons created the get out of jail free card.
yes. And listen to this. It can remove like ostracism, voice of the jackal, or even Gaia's vengeful teeth,
Fuck off.
or the hunt.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
It's a bit.
Now,
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
the right master hears
Cheater.
the case and judges. If the player rolls a wits ritual, the difficulty is the level of the punishment right plus 5.
Whoa.
Okay.
So
One success is enough.
that makes sense.
Okay. Okay.
A bit difficult, but yeah, one success.
But yeah, it can remove Gaia's vengeful teeth.
That's so fucked up. I mean, come on.
Okay, so I guess you kind of just rolled right into right, so
Well,
you might as well hit yours. You were saying it.
No, there's other stuff. I mean, that I just brought that up because of that.
No, that's fair. And actually, for me, before we get into rights, and I mean totem after the fact, but something I thought was super cool is they have howl gifts.
Yes.
Yes, I thought that was really cool.
I mean,
And
that's...
it makes sense for Wolf.
No, absolutely. Like, it speaks to the tribe very well. It's interesting to me that they're the only ones.
Yes.
You would think somebody else would have had this idea that how about I howl and activate a gift
Yes.
that does something cool. Like the rank 5 shattering howl, which the Talon howls. Mm-hmm. Right. Big surprise. It's a howl gift. You figure it's the...
Yeah.
But when they do, they can shatter any man-made object. Anything from glass to solid fucking steel.
Yes. They can bring down a building.
Werewolf London.
Nice.
Boom. No more Sears Tower. Boom. No more Statue of Liberty.
Well,
But
you
they
said
can also-
Lord from London, so it'll be like Big Ben.
They can also howl to the pack, and no matter where their pack is,
They can hear it.
they can hear it.
Yes.
And nobody else can.
Oh, like a super in tune frequency kind of thing.
It just
It's a
says
gift, man.
yeah.
Cool.
Only the people they want. They can pick who they want to hear it. And it's their pack or their relatives.
Everyone but the one dude in the pack that they don't.
Yeah, they're like, not Jeff.
Yeah.
Not Jeff.
Not Jeff. They're like, oh, Jeff's such a douche, right?
Anyone
look at
listening whose name is Jeff, we're sorry.
Right. Like, look at him just sit there while we're laughing at him. What an asshole.
Jeff, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
But then the Winter's Pack has a silence gift where they take away any sound.
Oh,
And it's called Silence of the Slain. It's a level 1 gift.
Nice.
weird. Crazy.
It stops their target from making any sound. Now that means vocally or banging on things.
That could
So
be of use.
they can like run up and bang on a car window, and the occupants inside the car will not hear it.
That's kind of awesome. Like, that's inspiring some badass visuals right now.
And it lasts for a scene.
Damn.
Like, I could see, right? Like the couple cars driving. You know those drive-through zoos or safaris, those
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
you know? Where it's like the animals are just out
Yep.
and don't hit them, please.
Right.
Stay on the path.
Right. I could just see like the two cars going through it like at night. They're not like fucking, they're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And then you just silence as you see like the silhouette of a Kronos run up and just flip the one car over in the rear view mirror. You know,
And,
like you're getting the shot.
Banging on the horn.
Like you're
no
getting,
noise.
Yeah, like you're getting the shot of the front car.
Yep.
Like like looking at him, so you see the car behind him.
Flip.
You see the silhouette run up and just flip the other fucking car in silence.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No car horn. No anything.
Right.
Yeah. Last first scene. Good luck living through that.
And if it's dark enough, like, nothing happened because I can't hear anything, so I must have been dreaming it.
And then suddenly there's just weight put down on the car, and a fucking Garu's claw just rips through the ceiling silently.
Yes.
Scary.
So if you're looking to put together a werewolf show, I'm just saying.
Email him. He's up for...
RageAcrossPodcast@gmail.com. We should talk. Trust me. Anyway, sorry.
Okay.
It just...
Yeah.
The visual hit me, and it's
Right.
like, oh, fuck.
But
Let me
yeah,
paint a picture for you.
level 1.
Which is nuts. Level 1.
Level 1.
Because the one you could... What you
Yeah,
just
level
brought
5.
was a level 5. And yeah,
Right.
that's cool, but how often is that going to get used?
You're right.
Well, then, if I want to go to, like, a level 5 gift, A Home in All Lands. Did you guys read that?
No.
So are we going right to gifts? Or because we did howl gifts, now we're doing
Yeah,
regular
we'll
gifts?
go to rights.
Because we skipped totem.
We're not skipping totem.
Oh, we are
We ain't
not
skipping shit.
Yeah, we ain't skipping shit. It's the Tyson move now.
Yep.
A Home in All Lands allows the Red Talon to fade from one place and reappear somewhere else where wolves have been. They don't need to currently be. They just need to have been there at some point in the Earth's
they're
history.
Fucking wolves, so everywhere.
That's just a free
Antarctica,
teleport.
maybe not, but
No, at one point,
at one
There's
point, maybe.
because they lacked something,
There are
under that.
Arctic foxes, Arctic
Okay.
wolves.
which is I'm sure that's a conspiracy episode that neither one of you want to be a part
Maybe
of.
not in space.
Mirror. It's a hive.
Oh,
apparently.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm calling bullshit on that.
I'd like
How?
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, and the cost. It's a gnosis roll, and the difficulty is the step sideways difficulty.
Cheaty.
Good night, everybody.
But there's qualifiers.
You just said that anywhere where a wolf has been.
You have to have pure breed 5, and it's actually a level 6 gift.
Oh,
you know,
well, Jesus. So,
I call shenanigans. Danny, can I get a second on the shenanigans?
seconded.
Shenanigans.
Finally, shenanigans.
you got it.
Malfeasance of the highest regard.
I just said
Boo.
it's something to
We
shoot
have been
for.
duped.
Something to
Shoot
shoot
for.
for.
Level 5 and pure breed 5. Jesus.
I'll just grow that. I'll use my experience on that.
I liked just going simple though.
I can't read if war people are.
Eye of
You
the
said
hunter.
pinkies were in the air.
Oh man, here we go.
I had a tiger.
I have the hunter.
Ooh.
Where it was either an enemy pack or prey, and they can instantly sense the weakest one. Not Eye of the Tiger. Man, you thought I was gonna get us sued.
I didn't start singing.
I mean, I did the A team, and
I could bust a rap.
could you?
Okay.
No, I couldn't.
So now are we going to total?
Yeah, we'll go to
You know
totem.
what? I had one more gift.
Oh my
No!
God! Tell the gift. Tell us about your gift,
Well, it cut me off. Jesus.
man.
Mother's Rage.
Yes.
Okay.
Complete defense gift. And it was only when they're defending either a packmate or kinfolk or something like that, but they gain so much. It's like a mini controlled frenzy, but they still have that control of the wolf. So they'll attack anything that's getting too close to whatever they're defending. The difficulty to soak any damage is reduced by 2. They gain an extra dot in strength and gain back 1 rage per turn, making it impossible to lose the wolf during that gift.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I mean,
It really is.
But again, can only be used in defense.
Right.
Defending a pack or kinfolk or whatever.
well,
Maybe a
it's,
pack mate.
isn't it all just in defense of Gaia?
That doesn't
Boom
work.
roasted.
Yeah,
That
fine.
doesn't work.
But
Do you know? Does it?
I actually read it, and it's like you have to like be standing over a fallen pack mate.
Damn it! All right.
Yeah.
and you'll essentially just attack whatever comes close to whatever you're defending.
Yeah.
And that's why they call it like a controlled frenzy.
Yeah. It's like if you were to step too close, it's not a go out in frenzy.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And again, probably the same with, being a regular frenzy. If your gnosis is lower than your rage, you still couldn't tell friend from foe. But, like if your friend comes up and like, oh, no, it's okay, I got it, you're still going to attack them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just thought that was really awesome.
No pain, no gain.
The extra stuff. Like, the extra
No, that's
strength,
ridiculous.
The extra soak.
Yeah.
The extra rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Red Talons,
Yes.
they follow Griffin.
Griffin.
A real badass.
Here's the thing, is Griffin's a tough motherfucker.
Agreed.
He's demanding. He doesn't have time or patience for your jackassery.
Absolutely not.
But, he's not unfair.
Right.
And I wouldn't say he's needlessly hostile.
No.
I think he keeps a tight ship. He expects everyone to be able to pull their own weight, take care of themselves. Right, and like you can look at that guy as an asshole, but I think Griffin is a hard ass. He's not an asshole. I think he's just a hard ass.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I mean, he expects something.
Oh,
As
certainly.
long as you do what he expects, you're good.
And what he expects is not unreasonable. Mm-hmm. It might be a little rough, but it's not unreasonable.
No, as a wolf, as a predator, yeah.
And he's kind of a hell of a brood.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, and it's the thing is, you could call, and I mean, no one here did. Mm-hmm. I was half expecting a little pushback on that. But, about Griffin not being unreasonable or, because this is the guy who took in Lion.
Yeah.
Like, fucking Lion loses the White Howlers.
Well, and like the Red Talons feel guilty about their inaction on that.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of why he picked him up as part of his brood.
Well, I don't think that.
I mean, yeah, maybe that's my opinion.
I mean, Griffin's going to do what Griffin's going to do.
Well, that's true. But nonetheless, he did it.
Oh, he did.
And that says a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was cool how it can also be, Lion can also be like a pack totem because of that.
Yep. But I mean, like, that's where Lion is now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He got a
yeah,
significant demotion.
Yeah, but I mean...
It was either
did he
a
at that
demotion
point?
or... Right.
I mean, yeah, from the job he had last, but he lost that job.
Right.
So...
He's working.
Right. He's happy to be working. But this is also the... you've got Wolverine and Badger, who are both just mean, scrappy assholes. And, and then...
I liked Badger.
Badger's cool.
What I thought was interesting, though, was Wolf of the Woods.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Obviously, Wolf can't act as a totem in its present form, but aspects of Wolf sometimes do. Mm-hmm. And then it said all Talon Thurges know that the Wolf of the Woods exists, but never have even met him.
Well, and, like, Wolf of the Woods is interesting because, like, old Red Talons will wander off into the woods to die. But, like, occasionally one of them will wander off and become Wolf of the Woods. So, like, the Wolf of the Woods changes.
Yeah, it's like the wild man of the forest.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that story. I know what you're talking about. Sure.
So, I was like, okay. Wolf of the Woods. Okay.
I just thought it was pretty interesting.
No,
Yeah.
As part of Griffin's brood.
Yeah, it's a bit of an oddity.
Yeah.
When you say it out like that. But I mean, like, even the aspect of Raven in a Griffin's brood.
Yeah.
It's a more primal lupus focused version. And then you get to the stuff I find particularly interesting. And you pop open everybody's favorite Access Mundi.
Oh.
Everyone's favorite.
It's a great fucking resource.
Okay. I mean, I'll go with the good resource, but it's definitely not my favorite.
I didn't actually do that.
I know, but I knew you guys wouldn't. So
Yeah, we had a lot to do.
no,
this
I know,
week.
no shame. So I made it a point
Gotcha.
to
Okay.
give. That's a thing I do because I know you guys don't. It's fine. Like I know I have information now that you guys don't already know.
Okay.
Sounds. But saber-toothed tiger and mammoth gafflings.
Yes.
And I bring up these two because these are two spirits that no longer have a physical representation.
Right.
They're
Extinct in the real world.
right, and so slowly,
Or realm.
boom. But so slowly, even the spirits are dying out.
Right.
They're kept around almost exclusively.
Because of the Red Talons.
Yeah, that's
saying something.
I think that's sufficiently awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
what else we have for that?
Don, I think we at final thoughts.
I have one more right I want to discuss.
Oh boy.
Is it right of feeding the land?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
It's the right of Gaia's rebirth.
Oh, this one's not a big deal at all.
No, of course not.
Do you want to cover right of feeding the land first?
I will allow you. Oh, yeah, sure. Right of feeding the land. That's part of the Dying Cubs camp.
Yes.
Yeah, and the short version is you start torturing a human. And the longer you do that, the better the right's going to be.
Yes.
Jesus.
So ideally, you want this to last for days.
Oh my god.
Yes.
And you can heal him, so it's okay to heal him up.
to make it last longer.
Right.
God.
And when all is said and done, you kill the human, and the amount of pain it went through translates into the effectiveness of the rite when you spill its blood onto the grounds. And what it will do is it will purify the land. It'll cleanse the land, and it'll even weaken the weaver's presence. The downside is it's worth noting that it's probably not Gaian in origin,
No, of course not.
as evidenced by
It being taught by Baines.
I don't recall that being said, but it was mentioned that if the worm spirits were to come back to redefile the land, any Gaian spirits, the spirits there, wouldn't do anything about it.
They just be like, hey,
You
know,
belong here, I guess.
what's up?
I have no reaction to you.
Oh boy.
So, it's probably not a Gaian right,
No.
but
But again, it said they're.
sufficiently hardcore.
Yeah, it said they may or may not be taught by Baines. That was
It
a direct quote from the book.
may or may not. So they didn't specifically say yes.
Didn't specifically say yes, but it sure as hell sounds like one.
It's probably that.
It's
yes. It's
definitely implied.
isn't that it's just with the right. That's the right. You got one. Hey, Joey.
Yes. The rite of Gaia's rebirth. This is extremely complicated.
Oh, you're kidding.
What makes you think I'm kidding? What part of...
Sarcasm thinks thinks you're
Oh,
kidding.
yeah, no. One person on the planet knows this right. Yeah.
Is it
It's
Porter?
him. It's
Porter
the
is raising
storyteller.
his hand. Mm-hmm. It's Porter.
What's up?
It can bring back an area of land to what it was prior to humans existing.
Just one part of the land?
Well, the area that's covered by the rite.
Okay.
That can change depending on how much you put into the rite.
I was waiting for that, yeah.
So what happens is the last night of the waning crescent moon, you perform this rite. If you make your rolls and everything and you decide the time's not right, you have to wait a full month
Okay.
to try again.
Right.
The climax of the rite must occur between the setting of the moon and the rising of the sun. And it has to be performed on the site you want to be, basically cleansed of human stuff.
Okay.
It will not remove vehicles, but vines will grow through them and the land will overtake them. Okay? So,
Okay, I get the rebirth part.
it has to have no fewer than 6 guru, a rite master plus each auspice. They howl to the totems of the area. They howl to Gaia. The rite master must run in a circle around the area to be purified, howling to Gaia to awaken the plants. the right master gives up a piece of herself in blood or in spirit.
So a significant rite, significant sacrifice to do so.
And then the rite starts.
Oh my god.
So it's a perception plus primal urge difficulty 9 to judge the timing. And it's the storyteller makes a secret roll.
Oh, he will.
If it's successful, the player knows that the time is right. If they fail, they're unsure and they have to wait a month. And if they botch, they think the time is right.
Sounds like way too much for any...
At the climax of the moot, now this is when the rubber hits the road.
Oh, now we're starting. All right.
They make a wits plus rituals difficulty 9 or...
Oh boy.
Or 7.
Wait, please explain the or.
It's 7 if you have pure breed and ancestors 2 dots or higher. So you have to have 2 dots of pure breed and 2 dots of ancestor, and you get a diff 7.
So you get it. You make it a little easier, not by much, but just a little bit.
If they fail that roll, the right master gets 3 aggravated damage in teardrop shaped wounds immediately. Just no soak. Just guy hurt you. If you botch, you lose your gnosis or stamina permanently.
Holy oh, man, there's too much to this. No.
And the right fails. If you get a success, you get to spend your 1 stamina or 2 gnosis per square acre of land. And you get to decide how much you want to spend, and that's permanent.
And so if all that goes well,
you can purify
whatever spot of land you decide.
Yes.
That's a lot to purify one part of land.
One square acre per dot of stamina or 2 gnosis.
But what if that area is corrupted already?
It's
fixed?
It's fixed.
No matter what?
Yep.
I mean, I can see it happening.
You can take down buildings, you can...
If it's some serious corruption, I can see it being a thing to do. If it's some serious corruption, because that's a lot.
Yeah, but just no more Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah. It's...
But from
It's dangerous.
Certainly.
So.
It's a lot.
That was
it's a hell of a right.
And only one person on the planet knows it.
So probably not used very often.
No, shockingly like number.
Yeah.
This would be a plot point.
Yeah.
Right.
Like...
That suddenly St. Louis is gone and it's a jungle.
That might make the news. But again...
Be in the paper tomorrow.
Yeah. But again, that doesn't concern the Red Talons. They're like, yeah, no, it's fine.
Just not in St. Louis.
Which, okay, again, and that makes sense why it's only a Red Talon, right?
Mm-hmm. Because they just don't care. They're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't need that area anyway.
It won't be in the papers if the papers don't exist.
But I mean, even the gravity of it is surely not lost on them.
No. And that's why, like, one person knows it. And if you can find that one person and get them to, talk about it, they're probably not going to teach it. Because imagine having 15 or 20 people.
That's not a right you want people knowing.
No.
It's got the repercussions of that are too huge. Mm-hmm. The veil breach, the potential for just the jig being up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But here we are. Final thoughts on the Red Talons.
Okay, I'll go with, as far as I wasn't able to relate to him as much, this helped me relate to him more. And at the same time, it's probably not the best idea for like a newer player to play a Red Talon, because how do you play a wolf? It's hard to get in that headspace, and for a new player, you can't.
And it is worth noting that there are some role-playing tips.
Oh, yeah.
In this book, we didn't talk about them on purpose. That's for the future. We didn't want to... Sorry. Go ahead, Joy.
I mean, I don't have plans to play one, but I think this book helped them make more sense to me. Before, they were foreign, they were alien, they were, on the dangerous don't list.
It's my favorite list.
That's weird that's your favorite, but go ahead, Joey.
Yeah, makes sense. But they're a little more approachable now. Like, that's not the right word, but you know what I'm trying
I'll take it.
I do know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like from a standpoint of a player,
They're demystified.
there you go. Yeah.
So that's my final thoughts.
Well, for me, and I agree that they are absolutely not for a new player.
No.
Especially after reading the book. Because it's funny, is my opinion of the Red Talons, it fucking skyrocketed reading this book.
Oh yeah, I imagine so.
It's like on my list of favorite tribes, it jumped 5 or 6. Don't ask me to, but it took a significant leap forward. They were on the back end. We talk about the glass walkers sitting on the wall of the
Dead
good
center,
tribes and the shitty tribes. Mm-hmm. And they just watched a wolf jump the fuck over the wall. They're like, what happened? It's like where I think that bar none, they're the most underappreciated of all the tribes.
Yeah.
And they suffer from the sins of being born wolf.
Yeah.
Players might look toward the glass walkers because they can imagine pulling matrix moves and using, pulling getting the guns out and shooting a place up or hacking the planet.
Yeah, tech and yeah.
Yeah, it's the Talons, who are looked down upon and treated like they're stupid because they don't want that shit. They don't understand the appeal of something like that. They don't know what the fuck a matrix move is. So we go, these are just ignorant, savage wolves. All they want to do is they fuck humans. They're not stupid. They should be listened to. And the fact that they historically haven't been, I think, feeds into that problem. All anyone hears is that one note, I hate humans.
Yeah.
There's a shit ton more to them. And I think there's a little more respect. There's more depth to them than that one note.
It really is, yeah.
Cool.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Wow. Okay.
I dig it.
We do have a Galliards.
Yes.
Galliards this week?
Yeah, we do.
All right, what do we got, Joey?
Galliards Gathering.
This one actually came from our forums.
Hey, all right.
Hey, look, someone answered the call. Give us suggestions on your inspiration.
Yeah, you threw that out there.
I did.
A couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facebook group, our Discord has it. So now, here on the podcast too, right on there.
Yep.
If you have ideas and stuff that inspires you for this, send those in. Forums, email, get on the Discord.
So what do we have?
So this one is from Alifson355. And I'm going to say he.
Hey, it's a safe bet.
They say that there's a book called Bloodroot by Robert Jones. While it's not necessarily Guru, it might be good inspiration for a wild campaign or for Black Furies. And I went and looked up a little synopsis, and it is talking about an oak tree and unholy worship and sacrifice and superstition and local legends and full moon rising and people dying. So
sounds like a fun weekend.
Yeah. So it does sound interesting. I'm gonna have to put it on my wish list.
All right, and I think a link to it will also be.
Oh, of course.
Very easily made into, take some of those ideas and make a story out of those.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Inspiration.
All right. So thank you for that suggestion. I don't remember what you said the name. Alifson?
Alifson355.
All right. Alifson355. Thank you. And again, you want a shout out, we'll give you one if you give us a cool suggestion.
You can hear other people say your name or mispronounce your name on a podcast.
That's probably
Fucking
more true.
Doesn't get better than that, does it, folks?
If it was misinterpreted or mispronounced, sorry.
Let me know how to say it.
So that's about all our time for today.
Yeah.
But of course, if you like what you've heard, please refer us to friends, refer us to people, help us get the word out. If
5 stars on iTunes.
5 stars on iTunes, it makes a difference. It helps get us out there because you know what, we love what we do. We hope you love what we do. We want other people to love what we do. It's just share that wealth. If you have anything to say to us, well, you say it to our email, sir. That's rageacrosspodcast@gmail.com. You can also say it to our Discord. And the link of that is in our forums, which is on
our
rageacrossinternet.com. We've got the YouTube, which right now is just running old reruns and has our Heart of the Forest demo playthrough.
The demo.
But the future, well, not 2020, but the future, we'll probably hold some new shit on there too.
Oh, yeah.
We've been talking to Let's Play of Earthblood when that comes out, and
If that comes out.
Maybe some other stuff too. And Danny is the YouTube czar.
Yeah, sure.
And you've got the Discord where we all hang out. We pop in whenever we can. Some great folks there. Would love for you to meet them. And
Hey, if you want to really help out too, we have the Amazon portal.
we do. Thank you, Danny. We have the Amazon portal. It's that time of year.
Right.
So if you don't want to buy specific Rage Across the Internet gear, which you can from our website, you could buy like stuff everyone will want from Amazon.
Because everyone shops on Amazon.
Right. And, with the portal there, it's anything you buy.
We get a couple pennies.
We get a little kickback, but mind you, that's not on you. Your cost doesn't increase, so that comes directly out of Jeff Bezos' pocket.
And
So if you want to stick it to that guy,
He can afford it.
right? He can afford it. And come on, let's stick it to Bezos. If you're looking
As a team, let's all
right.
do this.
That's right. Spend a lot of money through that Amazon portal and stick it to Jeff Bezos. This is falling apart as I speak.
That's fine. It's fine.
We also have our drive-through RPG portal. So if you're looking for games, they have the print-on-demands of, I think, every werewolf book except for the Child of Gaia Tribe book, and I think that's hilarious. It's the one you can't print on demand. It's Child of Gaia Revised.
Weird.
Seriously, the rest of them are there. It's crazy. I don't understand. But you can get caught up in your books that way, which, gives us a little bit, that gives us a kickback of store credit, which we will use to buy Werewolf 5 and also is giveaways and shit.
Yeah.
So that just comes back to you anyway. And hey, we have a Patreon. We also have a PayPal if you'd like to just give us money. But
Patreon's
One-time
better.
donation is PayPal.
yeah.
But Patreon's better. You get shit back.
Well, yeah, it's all you can do the monthly donations. We have a couple people who do monthly on PayPal, but they don't get anything out of it other than
Right.
the satisfaction of knowing that they're helping keeping us going.
So thank you.
Yes. Jeez, thank you.
But if you want that satisfaction and you want shit back, go to Patreon.
Go to Patreon. We do a monthly hangout. We do bonus content. It's the nebulous thing we're putting in quotes. Where we have started, by the time you're hearing this, a post-mortem series on the games that these guys have played under me as a storyteller. And we taking a look at the different aspects of the game from a storyteller creative standpoint to a player standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we're
even-
unpacking it.
Yeah.
Even the evolution of us as characters.
Right.
Yeah, it's this whole kind of behind the scenes.
Forensically analyzing it.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose at the end of the day we could put that together as some sort of weirdo documentary. I don't know that we would, but we could probably. And then anyway, the top tier is what we call the NPC of the Month Club, where once a month I pull a character out of my personal character Bible and hand it to you to do what you damn well please with.
And that's just the character, not the stats.
Yeah, that's just the character, because the stats, you make those what you need them to be. That's,
The
That's a
stats that's not the important part.
Right.
no, stats are not the important part. It's the person. So that's about it.
Yeah.
And, on behalf of myself, your host Porter, producer Joey, and Daniel Tyson, we want to thank you so much for your support. Thank you for listening. To take care of each other. Be excellent. We will see you next time. See ya.